Destination Mark.
Hey guys, how's it going? Marcel here. Happy August. We're already like a good way into August, but new month, new videos. Yeah, we're finally out of our Insane Trilogy period. There were just so many, a crap ton of Insane Trilogy themed videos, and even Spyro, you know, remake, remaster, comeback videos as well. I still have some videos about those subjects that I do want to put out, but not for some time. I want to get back to top 5s and discussion videos and film reviews and nerdy merch and all the other stuff that I've been doing from the past that I haven't done in quite some time. I want to bring back. So we've got a top 5 today. This one is a part 2 of sorts to a previous one I had done before, the ambient video game music. So there are a couple of tracks that you'll see in this list that I can't believe I didn't think of and put into the previous list. So I thought up of 5 more, and they're here in this list. So without further ado, here's the part 2 to my top 5 ambient game tracks. Let's go. Number 5 goes to the All-Star Rest area in Smash Bros. Melee. This music is not like any other music in the game, and this mode isn't like any other mode in the game either. This music just plays in this area, and actually I'm not sure if this area was supposed to be a stage previously, or if it was just a test for Kirby to walk around in, as you see in the early trailer. Actually, I think it's still in the intro as well of the game, the actual final game. But this is a unique area. It's just some garden-looking area. But it's really cool how you get to see all the characters that you're about to fight, or that, you know, I'm not sure, because I think Brawl brought this back, and I'm not sure if Smash Bros. 4 did, but you have like no, actually it did, I remember now, but everyone is there, and then you just start deleting people off when you beat them. I don't think that Smash Bros. Melee does it. I'm not sure. Actually, I think it does, but I'm not sure. Anyway, the music is what we're focusing on, and the music is really nice and calm, and I wouldn't call it ambient in terms of like a monotone, just heavenly kind of a sound, but I gotta do this for emphasis. But it does sound really calm and relaxing, and right before you get into like the fucking fight of your life, because I believe they grow in difficulty the more you go down. That's why it's called All-Star Mode anyway. But yeah, it's really cool. I really like it, and like I said before, there's just no song in Melee like it. So yeah, that's why it's at number 5. Number 4, you don't really even hear in-game. I mean, okay, so for Portal 2, Kenos Lament is totally the name of the song, but it's very like dark in tone, kind of like Dante's Freezer from the last list. It sounds calm, but it doesn't make you feel calm the way it's very dark in tone. Now, I said it wasn't really in-game. Originally, I just thought it wasn't in the game at all. I thought it was just in the soundtrack that you got to hear the song. But if you... Okay, spoilers, I guess? Timestamp if you don't want to hear this part. I'll give you a minute. You can listen to the music. Okay, so, there is a portion of the game where you're down in the bowels of Aperture with GLaDOS, who has been stuffed into a potato by Wheatley, and when you initially fall down into the very bottom of Aperture, you're actually separated from GLaDOS, so you have to essentially, well, I'm not sure if it's really your job to go and find her, but you end up finding her later. I think that if played in-game, this could have been played around that part before you actually find her, but you know you're close because you can hear her just kind of singing to herself. But if you're in that general area in the game and then you pause, or you save the game, quit out, and go to the main menu, apparently this will play. I'm saying apparently because I've never experienced it, because I've never quit and saved and paused and whatever in that area. So it plays in the main menu, because the main menu changes its theme and its music depending on where you are in the game and where you are in Aperture. So, you know, I've only heard the song. I was introduced to the song from the soundtrack, so I was like, I don't own it, but I was listening to it on YouTube, and I was like, oh, this sounds nothing like it. Like Portal, both 1 and 2, they do have very ambient tracks, but this one is just like dark in tone. There's a lot of, so I think I've said before that there were a lot of implications to kind of like, you know, what this song kind of tells in a way. Now let's get one thing out of the way real quick. Ellen McClain, the voice actress of GLaDOS, is not exactly singing lyrics in the song. The only two discernible words you can hear are at the very beginning when she says "potato lacrimosa." So that's pretty much all the lyrics you get, because everything else is just a jumble of Italian-like words. Like, she's not speaking Italian, but she is kind of just spouting random syllable-like words in Italian. So, but also with the filters and everything, like, you can't exactly make out what she's saying. People have tried to put it together online of what the message could be. Is it Latin? Is it Italian? Is it whatever? She herself has said that she had to dust off her Italian, because she is multilingual, so I guess she did know a lot of Italian back in the day, but she hasn't had any reason to use it in some time. But when she was making up the lyrics for this song, she just thought, well, I'm just gonna sing Italian-like words. So that's what happened. More spoilers, I guess, timestamp, I don't know. But with her being in the potato, and now, okay, the implications. Some have said that let me get my thoughts together real quick. Now, if you've played through to the end of Portal 2, then you know that GLaDOS is actually Caroline, who was the assistant of Cave Johnson. So, that's technically why, without all the cores from the first game, because you fucking incinerated them all, GLaDOS is less robotic, in this game, and listen to the way she talks, and she does sound more human-like in nature, but not only because of those cores could that be the reason, it could also be because she still has some of Caroline in her. So, with this song, what I've heard people say in, like, the comments of the video that has the song, what I've heard people say is that, like, oh, this could be a mix of, it's called Kenos Lament, and a lament is mainly when you're mourning or something like that. And seeing as, this song is supposed to technically take place right after, and you can hear it in the main menu after GLaDOS is ejected from the top part of Aperture, where she can usually control everything, and that's really the only kind of control she does have. These are all just implications, it's not exactly true, but there's a lot of weight to it and a lot of levity to this. But because she has no control anymore and all that stuff, and that's the only thing she knows now, because after this whole thing of Caroline being created into GLaDOS, or turned into GLaDOS, like, there haven't really been any decisions she's made exactly. So with all loss of control and everything, she really has nothing to do but sit there. So when she sings, it's more of just lamenting the control that she once had, and just the fact that, she was Caroline once. So, I mean, it could be part GLaDOS, part Caroline, in terms of how they're emoting for the song. I don't know. I'm not sure if I explained that correctly, but link down below to the song. Link down below to all these songs, actually. I'm not sure if I did that for the last list, but I'll do it here. Read the people's comments. You'll get a better understanding of what I'm trying to say by actually reading the comments I'm referencing. So, it's really cool, though. It's an awesome song. I like it a lot. So, yeah, that's why it's at number 4. Number 3 is more upbeat and lighthearted. Upstream Up the Creek from Crash 1. I like it a lot. Again, like number 5, like the Smash Brothers music. It's not heavenly and, monotone in nature, but it's really calm and really relaxing. So, for those of you who like to fall asleep to, like, rain or flowing water, the flowing water sound effect from the game is actually part of the music. So, you can fall asleep to this easily with the very muffled, dreamy sounding xylophone and all of that in the song itself. It just sounds really nice, and I do still prefer this version over the Insane Trilogy version, because I feel like they, not to criticize them, well, I kind of have criticized the music in the past for Insane Trilogy a little bit, but they like to accentuate a lot of, the sound in Insane Trilogy, so there's like more percussion, more instruments added, some, whatever, and it's not that it's exactly downplaying the calm and dreamy tone of the song. It does still sound very calm and relaxing, just not as therapeutic sounding, I guess you could say, as the original. The original, just for the limitations and how Josh Mansell, with his limited soundboard, I guess you could say, I don't know, somehow when the way he did it, I don't know if it's how compressed it sounds, but it doesn't sound bad. It just sounds really, really like calm. I don't know how to describe it, but I like it a lot. So that's what coming to at number 3, sorry. Yeah. Talk about, in the best way, monotone and relaxing. Number 2 goes to all 3 of the homeworlds in Spyro 2 Riptos Rage. I know some people don't like it because it just sounds very but as opposed to the first game and even the third game's homeworlds, where they have an actual track, a melody, a beat, there's a song there. Here it's just, tones going through. It sounds a lot like what you would hear on the main menu, like from the GameCube, from the last part, from the last list. Like the main menu music of like a console or something is what this sounds like. But I don't know. I like it a lot. It's just very calm. Even like in the midst of Ripto, invading these homeworlds, and you can see his, devious flags up there on the towers. The music it sounds calm, like everything's gonna be alright once you go through every level and get all the talismans, gain the respect of all the inhabitants there. That's how you grow in power, and it's just really, I don't know, it sounds really nice, and it just kind of, the hell's the word I'm looking for? Extenuate was the word, I used it earlier, so it really extenuates that, and it's cool, I don't know, I like the way it sounds. They change into it, as you've been hearing in this part right here. They change that way they don't sound the exact same in every homeworld, and there's only 3, but somehow Stuart Copeland managed to take just a tone, lay it down, throw some other tones in there, lay those down, and it's a very simplistic, like the most simplistic you can get with an ambient track, and somehow made that iconic across all 3, for 3 songs in 3 homeworlds. To me, they're iconic. If you played one or the other, whichever one you played, and told me, okay, what's this from, I'll tell you, like, oh, that's, whatever, such and such from Spyro 2, like the exact one. So, I don't know. They sound cool. I like them a lot, so that's how come they're at number 2. How did I not mention this one in my last list? I actually was starting to come up with this list sometime after the first one, and I can't believe that I left out this one and the Spyro ones. So, Slimy Spring Galaxy from Mario Galaxy 2. Ooh, okay, so, this is one of the, like, water levels I can really just be like, I love it. I love this water level. Just talk about calming, talk about relaxing, talk about fucking being therapeutic, and it's not exactly monotone like Kenos Lament or the Spyro levels, homeworlds, but it sounds super just calm, a little eerie, but very atmospheric, and it just sounds beautiful. It sounds awesome. And the galaxy itself is just incredibly well done. The way it was pieced together, the way it was designed, and the abundance of enemies, and it's a very short galaxy, and there's not a whole lot I think it's a one-off galaxy. I think you only get 1 star. Well, maybe you get 2 because the fucking chimp is there. I don't like that guy and his fucking challenges, but, okay, so it's a multi-star galaxy, but I think it's either just the 2 stars or whatever, but it's a short galaxy, that's the main point I'm trying to make. But can we all agree that sunset, the very fucking end of the galaxy, oh my god, this was on the Wii. Imagine if this was on like the Wii U or the Switch or something, and just with the graphics update and how that would look, and the way that how the music just the closer you get to the end, there's an invisible marker you hit where the music just slowly starts to fade out, and there's just nothing playing but ambient sounds of birds chirping, and you can I think hear the wind howling. It's so like breathtaking. It's so like, wow. There is a Mario level in a main Mario game that is art. Like, this is art, and it's so cool. I don't know. I'm starting to get very like emotional talking about it because I love it when you see beautiful art. It makes you go like, damn. And you just take a step back and you're like, this is fucking cool. And that's how I feel about this galaxy. And with the music, again, that's the main point of this. The music, though, is literally unlike any other track in this game. Literally any other. There are ambient music tracks in both Galaxy 1 and 2 that sound very calming, that sound very nice. But this one is just on a whole other level. Literally, it sounds different. It's unique to this level, to this galaxy, and this galaxy is just so uniquely and bizarrely designed that, again, there was a comment on one of the videos that has this song where someone said, yeah, someone on the team while making this galaxy had to have had different ideas than the rest of the team while doing this galaxy because it just feels so different in a good way. Like, it's a nice breather, relaxer, kind of a relaxer? I don't know. Kind of a galaxy that it just, you gotta take it in very slowly, very nicely. It's just fucking well done. It's awesome. Definitely my favorite galaxy in Galaxy 2, and the ambient music is just fucking awesome. So yeah, that's it. What do you guys think about this list? Let me know in the comments down below. If you want me to make a part 3, I'll have to try and see if I remember ambient music from other games and such. But yeah, so that's about it. More stuff is coming that is not just Crash Test Part related. I've got some other ideas for segments, shows. I'm not gonna talk about that just yet, but I'm just gonna tease it, throw it out there. So there's stuff is coming. Stay tuned. Also, go ahead and check out Video Games FTW, where we've been doing Crash Insane Trilogy and Splatoon and all that, and we're gonna do Splatoon 2 as well, if we haven't already started it. And West End Studios, where we're doing Trash Talk. I mean, I'm just plugging the other channels that I have, just so you guys can go check them out. We got some cool stuff there. So yeah, I'm Marcelo. I'll see you guys later. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this list. Take care.